What's going on, guys? King Strats here, back into the video on the channel, and today we are back with another episode of The Best, where I highlight my favorite restaurants in each genre. Today we're actually going with best fusion restaurant that I've done in the year of 2023, and this place is no stranger to me. I love this place. It is an Asian fusion restaurant, and it has different types of food, from Korean, some Vietnamese influence, but the food here is top notch. I've been here a couple of times. This place is known as Phuhroo. It is located in Hackensack, New Jersey. High ratings. It has a 4.7 on Google and then a 4.6 on Yelp. There are some things from the menu that I didn't try for the first time or the fourth time that I've gone there, but of course they're known for their pho, so I have an order of that. Oof, I know y'all heard that one as well. All the stuff that comes on here, watch this B-roll, y'all ain't ready for this. So all the stuff that comes on here, you can see it's got the cilantro, it has the jalapenos, the noodles, and then it has some red onion, some green onion. In this broth, I probably should have opened it up first. This way I don't have to stretch my arms too freaking much anymore. So I got the spicy, damn, that's hot. With the chicken, you can see the chicken on the bottom. So I'm just gonna pour this bad boy inside for a second and give you guys a little look-see from here. I'm trying not to spill everything on myself, but we're gonna make sure we get enough broth in here. So now we have the broth on the inside, as you can see right here. And then I'm gonna add some chicken as well. Big pieces of pulled chicken in here as well. So there you go. That's all the chicken that goes in there. I'm not gonna add too much because I do have a lot of protein in here, but make sure we got enough. Now again, because this is the spicy broth, there are jalapenos in here as well. So that is enough for me. Now the next things you have to do with the pho, of course, have the chopsticks ready to go and the fork, but you gotta have the hoisin. Did they give me sriracha? I know they did not give me sriracha. You know the funny part is, I actually have sriracha in my house, thank goodness. I know there's a shortage, so that's maybe why they don't have it. But let me get this hoisin on here as well. There we go. You always gotta get the pho ready. So the hoisin's gotta go on top. Hoisin's like sweet, soy, fermented. It's delicious, but pho is usually gonna have that on there as well. I go with 2 packets because I'm a degenerate. I don't know how you do your thing, but there's your 2 packets. There we go. I'm gonna grab some sriracha real quick. I do have some in my fridge, so hold on a second. You guys wanna come with me? You can't. All right, so we have our sriracha here. Let me get a little on there. Then I'm gonna have to get my chopstick and stir this up. I'm getting right into this. Boom. Chopsticks? Probably where you left it. Also got some chili oil here, so I think I'm gonna add that as well. So there's that chili oil right there. This looks really good. But there that is, a little bit of chili oil. A little bit. Let's just put the whole damn thing in here. Okay. I apologize for people who do not like the sound of noodles. So there's no cute way to eat these. So gotta get these mixed up. The broth is really hot, so the noodles have to get like reconstituted. They've been sitting in here, but because there are so many. Noodles are fresh made, by the way, from what they tell me. I mean, they could be lying. They don't taste like they're stale. Forgot to take the lime out because I'm an idiot. That's fine. I'm being so eager sometimes, man, that I just be like, okay, just eat it as fast as you could. And then I don't get everything. But you got to make sure you get the bean sprouts and everything going so you can get the proper first bite. And then a little bit of this lime, since I forgot it because I'm stupid. There we go. I apologize in advance. You're about to hear some monumental level slurping. Pause. This pho is really good. Now, there are some differences with this as opposed to, you know, traditional pho with some of the spices and everything. I'm not gonna act like I know the distinct what they use that's different, but I can taste it, if that makes sense. There's a lot of different ways to do it. Mainly, there's a beef broth and a vegetable broth. Whatever types of meat or toppings that you want. If you want to drop an egg in here, they do. You can do chicken, pork, beef, bulgogi if you want. And then there's spicy and regular. They also have ramen, which is Japanese. So, but while it's not traditional, I really do think the flavors are fantastic. Okay, one more. Also, these jalapenos, they're not fresh. Or should I say they're not pickled. They're fresh. That's a big. And then you get a little sharpness from that red onion. Okay, last bite. That is excellent. It's really good. Okay, let's move on to some of these sides. This over here is a banh mi, but it's not a traditional banh mi. What it actually is a brisket banh mi. If I'm on here, you know I screwed up. And I'm just gonna tell you right now, I don't know why I referred to this as a brisket, even though I tasted and smelled and felt bulgogi. It's a bulgogi banh mi. But because I think there was a brisket fried rice, I kept referring to it as brisket. So in order, instead of having to correct myself 57 times, just know that what you're watching is bulgogi, and I refer to it as brisket the entire time. My bad. It happens. So in here is brisket, pickled carrots, and avocado. And the brisket is like soy marinated overnight. So I've never had this before, but it looked too good to not try. Hopefully it is good. I'm not the biggest fan of avocado, but I don't think I'll mind it in this sandwich. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, because I'm an idiot, but there is also a fried egg. See that fried egg? It is also on there. Oh my God, this sandwich does look crazy though. I've never had this. Holy sh! There's at least a pound of brisket in here. It looks insane. The flavor on this brisket would have been good on anything. Wow. I don't even have words for this. This is... There's also like a chipotle mayo on here. There's like a chipotle mayo. You can see it right on the top, and it's probably the best part of the sandwich. Also got some of their fries. They do a nice fry too. They're definitely twice fried because they're super crunchy and seasoned on the outside. Wow. I think they changed their fry recipe. They're even better than I had them before. They're more crispy. Yeah, so look how crunchy those fries look. Like they're almost like battered or something, right? They look incredible, but listen to this. It's very rare you see me house an entire sandwich, but that was totally worth it. It was incredible. So this right here is actually brisket fried rice. When I saw brisket on a thing, I said, okay, let's do it. I've never had brisket fried rice in my life, but I said I had to try this one out as well. I'm not gonna put anything on. I might go with this chili oil that's on here as well, but I do have some kimchi on the side that I might throw on here too. But that's the brisket fried rice right here. Because I like to be honest about things. That's the first thing I think I've ever eaten from here that I was disappointed in. And just hear me out. The brisket and everything is cooked perfectly. I don't know if I'm supposed to put the chili oil on here, but by itself, it doesn't really taste like anything. Like, it's cooked okay, but I'm just not getting a lot of flavor from it, which is crazy, because usually this place is crazy with flavor. This is definitely for the dumplings, too. I just put it in there. I'm gonna throw this kimchi in here, but they pan-seared this kimchi. So they take kimchi that they homemade, and then they kind of cook it on the stovetop. I saw it, or the stovetop, the griddle. I saw it in a description from someone said you have to try this, so that's not bad. But the rice alone, yeah, that's disappointing. It's funny because I tried something new in a best video and it didn't land. It's not a good look, but I have to be honest. With the kimchi, it adds the flavor that's missing from it because there's nothing particularly wrong with this rice. It just doesn't taste like much. Again, it's relatively shocking. So if I was rating this, I would give it a 5. The lowest by far I've had from here. It's like maybe you forgot to season it, but I'm just being real. Like, would I eat that? Yeah, you could throw on some kimchi and all that stuff and it would bang. But I try to review things as is and just be honest about that part. You can definitely save that and bring it up to like a 7. But that's really just disappointing as hell. Just being real. So we got an order of dumplings here. These are vegetable dumplings, but I got them tossed in their sweet and spicy sauce because I really like their sweet and spicy sauce. I've had it also on their popcorn chicken, but I wanted to try it tossed in these dumplings. So look at that. That thing is coated to a T. Let's give this a shot. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It doesn't even need this dipping sauce. This is normally like the dumpling dipping sauce, but definitely doesn't need it. At all. The only thing is, they would be even better if you went. Now this place, again, you can sit down there, but these are small places where there might be 1 or 2 tables. I've been in there. Most of the food is taken to go. Now, I do take that into context. They were even crispier if you probably eat them in the restaurant. They're not very crispy anymore, but the flavor and everything is there. So that would be even better, in my opinion. I do want to add that context. I know people sometimes are like, they'll be better in a restaurant. I take that into consideration when I'm trying different foods, just so you know. But the flavor of this sweet and spicy, there's tofu in here? Tofu. Really good. I've had those before, but when I saw the option that you can toss them in the sweet and spicy, I signed right up. So good. Fried too. Oh man, I hate this. I do not want to give that sandwich away. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now this last thing, I had to try this. Do not adjust your screens. What you are looking at here is fried bread. So they take the banh mi sandwich bread, that same exact bread, and they cut it into strips, and then they fry it and cover it with sugar. It was like only a couple of dollars, but I think it's nice that they're not wasting food, which is a really cool thing, because I don't know if they do this normally, but it's just the conservation process that is really cool. So again, you can see this is just a piece of the bread that they took and they just cut and just covered. You can see the little sugar crystals on it, but they're fried nice and hard for sure. Okay, so let's give this a go. That's damn good. I like the texture of this. It reminds me of when you go to a Chinese food place and you get those, like the Chinese donut. It's the same of that sugar texture to it, but this banh mi dough, or banh mi bread, I should say, is nice and crispy on the outside. I like the texture more. And it's only like $2, you know what I'm saying? So, it's not like they're ripping you off. You're like, oh, it's just a piece of fried bread. It is, but it's fire. I love the ingenuity on this. Those are good. But again, I like those Chinese donuts, but sometimes I don't like that they're too fluffy. I like this a little bit more. These are addictive. Holy sh. Okay, this is my last one. This is my last one. Hold on now. Oh, good. I wanted to showcase a place that wasn't necessarily in one genre, but several. So I wanted to showcase a place that wasn't necessarily in one genre, but in several. I know all of these are more of like East Asian influence, but anybody, if I called this Vietnamese food, I couldn't, because it wouldn't be fair to traditional Vietnamese food as well as traditional Korean food and so on. This place has always been a standout, and I didn't want to not show it love because it didn't fit into one of those genres. I didn't want to just call it Asian food because I don't think that's fair either. This is technically, and according to them, it's Asian fusion. And that's exactly how I would describe it, because there's influences from a lot of different cultures. You got Japanese, you have Korean, some Chinese food influences, and even Vietnamese with the pho. So couldn't put it into one place. But I really like it, and you got to try this sandwich. Again, for people who aren't familiar with pho, maybe you can try the ramen. A lot of people have eaten ramen. They also have that as well, which I've had in this channel and is really good. This was legitimately the first thing I've ever eaten from here that I didn't love. And again, I'm just not gonna sit here and lie to hype up something that I don't really like, but you can still fix it. Wasn't the extra, I just maybe I'm missing something, but that was just my thing with it. But this is Phuhroo again in Hackensack, New Jersey. People keep wondering why Hackensack has so many restaurants. Hackensack, where in the county that I live, Bergen County, New Jersey, is the largest city in Bergen County. There are the most restaurants in Bergen County. Population-wise, in the top 3 or 4 is also Garfield, New Jersey. Garfield and Hackensack also have very diverse communities, which means that if I want restaurants from a certain genre, they're a little bit easier to find. If you understand how our demographics works, it would make sense. When you see me eating a lot of like Mexican or Peruvian food, I'm usually in towns like Patterson and Passaic, which are bordering on Bergen County. But that's the point. Now I'm going to intend to move outside of these and try to find a little bit more restaurants, but I'm still not done with Bergen County, believe it or not. So we're gonna try to move between the two. But Phuhroo is definitely a place to check out if you never have. They're open till 3 o'clock in the morning, like 7 days a week. And it's worth it. So, I'm sorry, I'm still eating the fries. That's gonna be the end of the video, man. I hope y'all enjoyed. And we'll be back tomorrow. More content, man, and hand signs. They made it to YouTube.